Hi, and welcome to a new reading. I'm here for you today with a reading from the universe. It is going to be a reading where I don't really put any label to it. It's just a reading from the universe to you. And I already channeling some songs, but I don't know which group I should put that. But that is more like the overall energy that I get. Um, it's about soul searching, actually, the song that I was thinking about. So I shuffled the cards and we got three groups, like most of the time. Welcome to the reading. I'm happy that you're here. Choose with your intuition, your gut feeling, which card or cards will fit your energy best at this moment, and choose if you have any pull to any card. And yeah, you will find me at the timestamp down in the description for which group you chose. So we'll hold them up and you can choose with your intuition. It is a good couple. I think the colors are also very nice together. So let's see. I will just see what the message will tell us. I'm starting with group number one. So group number one, welcome. You chose the card Divine Timing, and it's like an Illuminati sign. It also reminds me of Egypt because it's a triangle, and there's an eye in there. Let's see, a message from the universe for my group number ones. Welcome to the reading, by the way. Turning in. So what I was saying in the intro, I really feel like this is going to be a reading where there's most focus on the soul searching. You're turning within, or this is recommended for you. I see a lot of blue, so it feels like there needs to be room for your guides and your inner voice to be able to communicate with you. And for that, the best thing to do actually is just going to meditate and clear out your mind space from all the thoughts that your head produces with all the things we learned until now. It is really when you start doing it, like meditating, you will notice that there are a lot of things that will come up, or it depends on the day, of course, but there will be things coming up in your head. Like your head is almost having a conversation with itself all the time. And that, if you were able to put that down, that stream of communication is open for your spirit guides and your higher self to communicate with you. Because I really see here a lot of things going on in the back. It feels like this is burden. So you need to let go of all those talking voices in your head that talk about deadlines or about things you want to do in life at a certain time frame, in a certain time frame, or you feel pushed to do something, or there something happened at work, or um, anything with your family, or with like all those things that put thoughts in your head. And okay, let's see. Why is there divine timing in this reading? Why is that so important? Okay, well, I get the rebel. Why is it important that there is divine timing? That is what I was asking. You have the devil, and it's rebel in this card. So it's breaking loose from certain chains. Um, Being a rebel, maybe following not the required path to a destination that everyone seems like that is the road to success, or to a certain job, or a certain goal, or a certain way to do something. And you are, it is divine timing for you to break this chain you got. I see projections, so this is kind of like, or this was. It feels like it also could be past tense for a lot of you. Um, and that this thing was happening in divine timing. There's also triggers that happen in this time. So take how it resonates, if it's now or in the past. There's a certain guilt and projection. So there is situation in the outside world instead of the inside world, where you can see the things that your inside world need to deal with, or like what is the topic in your head, what your head is talking about a lot. That is what you can look into, and also what do you see with others, and there is stress and guilt in some certain topic in your life, and this is divine timing for you to attune within and get yourself out of that chain again. Um, and if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. Yeah. There is a chain that is like Break the Chain is a song. I think that's what the song is called. But break the chain. You would never break the chain. I would still hear you saying, and if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. So it's like some ending is here in certain emotional. I see here also Three of Cups. So, and in this deck it stands for creativity, and guilt is also blocking creativity because that's the second chakra. Um, so there's a certain, it could for most of you be an involvement with another party, and that you need to break a chain from this person or from the guilt that you have, because that is blocking the creativity and that energy you got between each other. I feel also for the people that are in a certain relationship to someone, it could also be a situation with a work or anything. It is projecting things that you think yourself or are afraid of. You're projecting them to other people. So if you have a certain opinion about someone, or the other party has a certain opinion about you, you can look into that, because that actually shows you where you're stuck at, yourself or the other one. Because I get a lot of things like, I'm Scorpio, so I mirror a lot back to other people, and I'm certain trigger for a lot of people. So probably these videos that I make will sometimes just trigger some people into their own thought beliefs. Yeah, I found it super funny because I had like a comment yesterday, and it was about someone that said like, "Go find a job" or something, and like looking back at it, that's actually funny, because if you think yourself, if you find me at YouTube, if you're not interested in it, you would like let it go by. That's what I would think, but. This person thought they needed to say to me that I should find a job. So I was like, yeah, that's interesting, because that is a certain perspective this person has on life. And yeah, I do have a job, but even though I wouldn't have that and I would make these videos, there is something inside that person that thinks that you need a job to be a good person or be like, I thought that was funny. Like everything that happens like that, you can just take it like, think about what the other one is thinking about themselves, because it is a certain opinion that you create, and a certain thing that you create in your head about me. Because on this channel, I show some part of me, but you will never know the full me, because I don't show my full life here. So there's a lot of things that people about you think, or that you think about others, that are reflecting back things that are in your own story. And this is, when you understand this, it's like everything gets so much easier, because you can see other people's triggers and mindsets and a way of thinking, and that could help you to understand each other more, and also to not take that as judgment on yourself. Maybe it sounds like that because the comment was not nice, but for me it was like, it is not directed to me. It's actually something they tell me about themselves. So the story of that is just to let you see how some of those things like mirroring work and the projections you get in life. And everything is actually inside of you. And that's the most important thing about this reading, is the tuning in and the turning in, and that it is divine timing for you to do this right now. Maybe you've been through some things now, and there, it was time to break these chains and to let go. Let go of a burden. That is what cards comes out right now. A burden. There's a burden in your life which is blocking your creativity because you feel guilty about something. Look into why do you feel guilty, and if this is to a certain situation or thing outside of yourself, what are the projections actually in this story? And this will probably really help you, and I think you already know, but I just want you to focus on seeing that and getting yourself out of the real situation and pulling your awareness into the higher realms, because that is how you turn in also. You tune into your own energy, to your own stream of consciousness. I see teaching and abundance for you. So there is something you are able to teach right now or in the future. And this will bring you great abundance, and also to the people that you will be teaching these things to. It's so sad that these cards are so dark, but see, there's a full-on tree. There is like, because you had this life and this story, and there's now an you're now, this is the turning in, and now you're turning outwards. So for those people that already did the turning in, you're now going to turn it outwards and bringing abundance into your life, because you are now going to interfere with the energies outside of yourself, and you're able to teach things to others, and to attract the things in your life that you need to and that you deserve and want. Because in life there is a certain guilt, maybe also it is coming through right now, because of you thinking you don't deserve better, or that it's cocky to think like that. There's a difference between a big ego and self-love. So if you have self-love and see that this situation is not serving you, or this is a pattern that is not serving you, and you want to get out of it, that is a big form of self-love. It's not egoic to leave something behind because you think you can get better. You can approach it in such a way, but for you it feels like it's just your spiritual process. Movement into balance, balancing the masculine and the feminine energies here too, the energy inflow and outflow. So maybe there's a certain change, or and in the direction of the energies, you understand now that something was maybe blocking you or blocking the energy flow between this thing or person, and right now there is going to be a change, so the energy will be even. There needs to be an energy input and output, and if you put too much energy into it, or take too much energy, like if you put too much into it, you won't receive enough to be able to take care of yourself energetically. And I think you see this right now, and this struggle that you maybe have in other areas of your life. And this is going to bring you the abundance that you need, because you now understand that what you desire, you deserve in this life. And all that you think you're not desiring is guilt for giving you the actual giving yourself the self-love that you deserve. And this guilt is hard to get over, because it's also about a certain belief that you have about yourself. And this is also the projection. So, that's interesting. Yeah, look into why do you feel guilty or this other party part of the story. Why is that there, and what kind of self belief do you have, or what does the other person have of a self belief about themselves? Yeah, interesting reading. I really feel like you're going to attract a lot of abundance by um, teaching what you've turned inwards, the meditation, the grounding, and yeah. Also, you could also perceive it like that. It was the yeah. I think you should put it around. So it's like meditating here in the higher, and then getting all the things you need to know, and then going into the reality and flipping it around and starting to ground everything that you've learned in the higher realms. I had a certain point of time, like you have sometimes a shift in your personality. And I had that, and it was like really weird because my head and where I meditated was a really big part of my higher self already. And in the 3D, I just really couldn't see that. And it was really disorientating because the gap was so big. I really needed to do a lot here to make everything align again with each other, like how as above, as so below. But I almost didn't want to start doing that in the 3D because I felt like it was just not the same person as I was in my head, like that. So yeah, that was a strange adventure. So I really can understand how this flip must feel like. Sometimes you really feel like you know already how to work around this topic and this devil card, like something you chain to or a pattern or something. But people can say or tell you how it needs to be done, but doing it actually, you may already know all the ins and outs about how this thing works and you have a lot of knowledge about it, but actually putting it into the reality is much harder than some people think it might be. So just know that I really understand if you're having trouble with that. Like, I really understand. And even though not everyone will see your higher self, you in complete has a lot of benefits from you turning in and doing that did that work, like on your spiritual self. So it is unseen, but it's the most big work you can do. Yeah. So that was it for you, group number 1. And I will go off into group number 2. I hope you liked the video. I hope it resonated. If it didn't, just choose another pile or another video. Yeah, and I hope I see you in the next one. Leave a like or a comment and have a good day. Okay, bye. So, group number 2, welcome. You chose this card, and it's stripping illusions. So let's see what your cards will say. The spirit, the message from the universe. Welcome today to the reading. At first, the card that you chose really looks. I see the colors like green, and the lotus flower on the crown. So it feels like stripping away illusions. You're moving up from your third eye until your crown chakra. And it feels like you could maybe come from group number 1 and that this is just a story that is moving through. And you're connected to that too, but this is the point where you're at now. You're clearing out illusions. So when you're stuck at your third eye, you see illusions, things that are not there, and that is blocking your third eye. But with you, you have stripped or are stripping away these things, and you're moving from your third and clearing that energy out and making it clean and going to your higher chakra, like the crown chakra, and that lotus is opening. So you starting to understand a lot of things, or you do understand now a lot of things that that maybe are unexplainable to some people. And I see also a lot of love. So there is also stripping of illusions between love, self love for yourself, or an actual love between a person. With you, we get also the projections, just like number one. There's a certain, what I told in number one is that when you have like these projections, projections are things that you think about others that actually show you a mirror principle about something about yourself. So if I would like see someone at the streets and I'm thinking like, oh, they walk too fast or something, like it's a silly example, but they walk so fast, like that could be like when you turn it around, it you could see that as insecurity about myself, that I'm walking too fast, if you see it that way. And you can put that into perspective in a lot of different situations also, like a lot of things and things you think about other people or other people think about you. Most of the time it's things they think about themselves or feel guilty about, or something that you're stuck with that is actually something about yourself. So that is also stripping away the illusions. You're stripping away what is really for you and what is really about the other person. If someone tells you something about you, is this really about you or is this about the other person? And when I split the deck, I got inner voice and source. So I feel like source is really talking to you. Yeah, they really want to bring through a strong message of choose harmony in your mind space. Don't compromise on something with someone that is going to block your auras, because you see these people are very sludgy green almost. It's like pinky swear, like, yes, we're connected, but it's a compromise. And with this compromise, it could be a person or a situation, take it how it resonates. But with this compromise, you block yourself from the harmony. So this is 10 of Cups. So choose the 10 of Cups instead of that. Don't stuck to old things. Because when you're seeing stripping away from illusions, it's hard to start making changes in your real life, because some things are just normal, have become normal to you or the other person. Things how you treat others, or things how you talk, or who you spend time with, and all those things. So with you group number 2, there the most important thing is stripping away from the illusions, what is really about you, what is about the other person, and then also not going to compromise. Don't compromise your energy. Always choose your own peace inside of your head. See some controlling energy here. So it could be you that is trying to see through the illusions and let the other person know what is going on. Like sometimes you don't need to understand. Some people will never see some things like you do, and you will never see some things like other people do. That's just how it works. So don't, if you're like this person that wants to make them understand like what is going on, and I really get that, because I try to do that with a lot of people too, having conversations to let your point of view like get close to each other. But in some situations there is just there's just no way to make this other person see what you see, and that feels hard, and like you're not understand it. But it is actually depleting you of your energy if you would try to control that and try to let them know, like, if someone hurts you, like, yeah, you did this and this and this, and this hurted me because blah, blah, my childhood, or some stories, like, and this is all very relevant. It's not that it's not relevant, but it's just taking your own energy because you try to put that into someone else's brain. And sometimes just stepping away and not compromising and standing your own ground, with self-respect and not caring about what the other person will think about you by doing that, is the most important. Because you're at a point at loving yourself more. Like, if this is about a relationship, okay, like for those people who are in a relationship with this group, I also pull like the tower. Okay. Okay, so with this tower, like, there needs to be something, there is going to be something happening. So, or there needs to be made a choice right now, or there in the future, there's going to happen something and then it will resolve itself. And that's how the energy buildup works sometimes. But in this situation, I really feel like for you or the other, I feel like for you, you can love somebody else unconditionally, but it does not mean that you don't love someone unconditionally if you choose for yourself, because you also love yourself unconditionally. So it's like, yeah, I love myself and I love you unconditionally, and I see what's happened between us, but I know that I nevertheless do not deserve what happened, and it's not necessarily your fault, and I can see the patterns and why it happened, and it's also not necessarily my fault, or we do both have a part in it, but it still doesn't mean that I deserve this, and I still should stand my ground in this situation. And you need to teach people around you how you want to be treated, because if you treat yourself bad and let others walk over your boundaries, it is a form of not loving yourself, actually. And caring about other people is not meant to proceed further than your love for yourself. And it sounds selfish for people pleasers and empaths and everything. I know, but it is the most important. Standing your ground. So if I feel like in this relation, there's a stripping of illusions. There's maybe things that's been said about each other, which is because you don't understand each other, because you're both in a certain point of view about the situation. But really, don't compromise, please. What about the control? Awareness. So there's awareness of wanting control, and it could also be the other person. So the other person wanting to control you too much, and you need to stand on your boundaries to not be controlled so much. There's a rebirth happening. Yeah. And it seems scary, but you are already in it. You're integrating your higher self to the ground here. And you're choosing to change around the situation on this earth. I see a big adventure coming for you, by the way. And a big understanding about life. Yeah, integration. You're integrating that higher self and the balance of the energies into this realm. Adventure comes out again. Possibilities. Just know that you have a lot of possibilities. You don't need to compromise. you have a lot of other possibilities and a lot of other adventures that are waiting for you, and a lot of more growth, because you think like you end somewhere. You never end growing like in this life. It's terrible, but also fun. But and you're going off into such a nice energy, if I see, when you don't compromise on this thing. And compromising could also just mean like having a good conversation, starting to understand each other, and or the situation, and having a way that the energy will flow again. But don't compromise on something that will deplete you in your energies. When you see like the energy flow will not be right for you or not what you want, please love yourself and choose your own harmony. Like really choose that own harmony inside yourself, and understand that like some parts of the conversation or some things that happen will be projections of other people onto you, like what they think about themselves or what they don't like about themselves. I even sometimes I have that too. Like I have sometimes that I'm annoyed at thinking that someone um my most irritation, I think, is when I feel like someone is ignorant. But that is because I would hate to be called ignorant or be ignorant. Being ignorant is something that really irritates me about myself if I don't see something or if I don't want to see something. So that is what is going to irritate me about someone else. And that is exactly like a form of a projection that you can see like that. But just really know, don't compromise, please, because you are amazing, and choose your own harmony, your own inner peace, your own fulfillment, and you have such a good energy waiting for you also, like adventure, possibilities, everything. So, and I see you just gained a lot of knowledge, so well done. Yeah, group number 2, this was a long reading, number 1 too, by the way, but it was needed, and I hope it resonated for you. I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like or a comment. Uh, Follow the channel if you want to. And then I will see you in a different reading, or have just a wonderful day ahead of you. I will go into the last group. Group number 3, you chose this card, Ascension. Let's see what the universe has in store for you today. We're gonna see what your cards... Oh, wow. I get past lives. That's the thing I get. What about it? What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? Okay, so I see different things here. Ascension. I'm sorry, I'm hearing a lot of things outside my... Oh, there is something in your past lives that is coming up, like, again, or something or someone that you meet that will be someone from your past life. And I also see someone here, like, it doesn't need to be you, but it could also be someone else in your surroundings, or what this is about. It has a clogged mind, clouded, and it thinks that the success will make you feel total. And I see fool and schizophrenia together. Yeah, there is almost like you really fast feel, or for this person, or it's just in common for a lot of things in your life, like feeling it's all or nothing, like that energy. because here there's one person that is jumping into it gracefully, like, oh, I love this jump and I will jump in off this cliff, and the other one is like really freaking out and holding on to all the edges that it can, and doesn't want to fall in this hole of clouded mind. Like, so I really see those two things coming up. See a salamander does remind me of the song, like, slither like a salamander, slither like a salamander, but now I get the bones in my body to get there. I was living it like a panda with big black eyes and a bucket of tears. I'm like a salamander. It is also getting the guts to do something, but feeling like it needs to be all or nothing. Yeah, that could be it. Like, feeling like you need to do something. There is a need to jump into something new, but there's also scarcity and a bit of recklessness in it. So it's really two big energies, like, or it's this or it's that. It's very, yeah. Then we get like the mind space and the success. Like, there is a lot of feeling holding behind the thoughts that in the future you will have this success. And it's like a pattern that is from your past life that will come up again and again. And I saw a video, or another reader actually, that showed me that very well into a reading, that she showed, like, when you go outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, I'm not gonna draw it, but she showed me, like, when you're inside of your comfort zone, you're here, and then you have that little circle around it, and that is your comfort zone. If you jump, you can jump out of the comfort zone fully, like, completely to the outside, and that is actually traumatizing you to ever move out of your comfort zone again. Instead of taking a tiny leap and going out of the comfort zone a little bit, that is going to learn you, like, oh, it's okay to go out of the comfort zone, and I like doing this, and this is nice, and then going back into your comfort zone, and then realizing, oh, maybe I want to go out of my comfort zone because I like it, and not because it is an obstacle that you need to overcome. And but in the other situation, you're just really traumatizing yourself by going out of this, and also putting all this burden on the success that needs to be happening or needs to be achieved, that will make you total, is putting your energy into the future, but also you're never going to really get it. Get it, you will get the success, but not the fulfillment and the totality feeling of it, because it's a certain void that is trying to be filled. It's a void that is trying to be filled. I'm going to say it again. Oh my god. It's a certain void that tries to be filled, or you try to fill it with something that you think will fill it, like the success or something else. I had that with my school. I was like, yeah, but I feel traumatized right now and I'm out of that comfort zone really far, but that's okay, because I will be safe when I get a diploma and of that school then, and and I will work. But yeah, I was realizing that I was not fulfilled myself, so I need to be fulfilled myself to be actually filling up that hole that I got when you get the success. So it was like, first I need to be okay in this moment right now, just how it is, instead of putting all that weight to the future, because then I can work and work and work for years, and I will do that. Believe me, I will do that. But when I reach it, I will never get the fulfillment, and I will always be in a state of fear and state of traumatized, being put out of the comfort zone really far. This was just my own endeavor that I had, and that put me to real ascension because, like, I realized a lot about this world, turned within, and had a real big spiritual awakening when I understood that it's all, everything is about this moment, and I was just focusing everything on the future. Like, I did it so wrong at first. Like, I did it so wrong, and I was living in fear all the time. Full time fear, like that was my job, being fear. Yeah, and it was terrible. I hated it, but I thought I could fix it by having this light at the end of the tunnel that will fix everything, and it won't. And I realized that without reaching it. So I'm glad I didn't put years in it more. Um, and I just need to do something in this moment right now to feel good. And this is something from past lives. Intensity, trust. Trust, have trust. And that is the opposite of fearing. Having faith that you jumping off this cliff, and maybe not the cliff, but you will jump off like a little mountain. That will be okay, or letting go of this future image will be okay, because I did that, and it was hard, but it was also not that hard. It was like, oh well, I just let go of it, and it just flew away, and I started to live my life how I really wanted it. And now I'm more happy than I could ever be with. And it doesn't matter what I would do, or but letting that go, it gave me such a big peace and big part of having faith in this world. You will understand it at the moment you need it to, and making going in a wrong direction is never a wrong direction. It's just the way to the actual tour. And taking this, letting this go, or letting go of the, like, the all or nothing energy, like, because that was something for me, like with the school and stuff. But in common, like letting go of that all or nothing energy, or like putting yourself really far out of the comfort zone. With letting go of that, you will trust yourself more, have more self-love and self-faith, and trusting also that you won't harm yourself by doing something really out of your comfort zone again. I see a lot of, wow, a lot of good cards coming out for you. I get Source, the creator. Like, you are Source, you are this creator. Believe me, you can create your own life how you want it. And only this thing that this reading is about, like the all or nothing mentality, or putting some weight into achieving something that will make you happy in a way. That is just a mind trick on you to block you from seeing your own power. This is your power. You can create everything you want. You can create your life how you want it, and or how you want to feel. And it's by going with the flow and letting go of those things. And also having self-love for being in that situation. Exhaustion, I see here. So I feel like you are exhausted, and that is pushing you through a breakthrough to consciousness. And it's big, believe me. So the more, like, the more hard things you experience in life, or the more challenging the things are in your mind, because some things are challenging but in a different way than other things will be spiritually. But what I meant to say with this is, the more spiritual quest you have, or the deeper you go, the bigger the enlightenment will be. So it is almost catapulting you from deep down to above. Like, just trust that how the deeper you go, the higher you will go after. Exhaustion again, breakthrough. playfulness, harmony. Yeah, I see a lot of playfulness in your future. You creating the life you want without feeling like you don't have it right now. It is already in your presence, and that is going to fulfill you so much. I see adventures for you. A big transformation here. The dream, yeah. It's going to start putting the things that you dream about, or the things like the success that you want, like this, with the success in the totality. It is going to it's going to become you. So you are going to become the dream. And it's not to be dreamed about because you already live it. And this is the biggest thing that you're going to gain out of it. Trust the path, trust it. This was your reading group number 3. I hope it resonated. If it didn't, it was just a story about my own path, I think. Let me know in the comments if it did resonate. I would like that. And yeah, maybe I see you in a different video. Just have a lovely day and a good week, good month, good year, good life, everything. A lot of love to you. Bye.